Hello, everyone, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're at. Today is Thursday, the 12th of September. Time is currently 8:18. Angel number, look that one up. I hope everyone's having a good day. I just wanted to see if there's any messages that we have for today, and also do a little talky talk. First, I should clarify. I'm not really good at the whole social media thing, but I would like to make my page focusing on inner child healing and trauma and getting through those tough times. Not only as a person of color, but as a person just in the world. Like, we really need to start focusing on ourselves in a way that needs to be more healing, so we can work on healing other people. Okay, thank you very much. So let's see if the cards have anything to say. Angels, spirits, or guides. Archangel Michael, Raphael. I call my god Demore. So Demore, are there any messages for the collective today that you'd like us to know? Oh. Ooh, the Empress. So, that's our energy of our collective, with abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine energy, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, evaluation, and action. So yeah, like I was saying before, we're on a healing journey of inner child finding of happiness, and that requires a lot of discipline, a lot of self-nurturing, a lot of self-development, and growth, right? And so keep focusing on those things for yourself. That way we can help each other out. You know, I can be a very helpful person, but I do have my limits, and I think we also need to learn those limits for ourselves as well. Keep our boundaries strong. Know that we are doing our best that we can, and take it from there. Just do the little things that we can. That's all we can do. We're people. All right. Anything else the collective needs to know? But yeah. Oh my god, my voice keeps cracking. But oh shit. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Ooh, we have the Three of Pentacles. Upright. Teamwork, collaboration, learning, building something. So yeah, we're building something. We're building ourselves back up. We're trying to understand ourselves better, right? And it's so hard to do that when we are constantly filling our heads with other people's opinions and views of ourselves, right? And it's not to put so much self-blame on yourself, but to understand that it is that. You gotta step back. You gotta learn. You gotta learn with the teamwork of yourself, your guides, and the proper people around you, that you are enough, you are good enough, you are loved, and you are cared for. And if you are in a space that makes you feel otherwise, then it is not the proper space for you to be in. Okay. And I know that can be hard for some to cope with and understand, because we want things a certain type of way. We have certain expectations for certain things, especially when it comes to our lives and ourselves. And when people are involved in those things, it's like, it can be frustrating not to be able to fulfill what we thought was going to be fulfilled, right? But like I said, with teamwork and collaboration with the right people, with where you can continue to be the empress or emperor and thrive, is where you need to be. So you can continue to build something. Okay. Any other messages? I just, whoa, hold on. Hi, buddy. Ooh, don't stay there. Thank you. We have the High Priestess in reverse. Secrets, harm, hidden agenda, disconnection from intuition, withdrawal, silence, selfish, shallowness. ignorance and misunderstanding. Can you chill? Sorry, my kitten is just being a menace. Yeah, this energy right here, this false high priestess energy with their secrets, harm, hidden agenda is exactly why you don't feel like there's teamwork going on. Why you don't feel like you're learning and why you don't feel like you're building something. Because someone you're connected to is holding you back and disconnecting you from your intuition, making you withdraw, making you feel silent. They are selfish and shallow with ignorant misunderstanding, which means their opinion of whatever you are, who you are, how you are, is already made up in their mind. There is no sense trying to fight someone who is going to constantly tell themselves who you are when they don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And they continue with their secrets and harm because they're selfish. They have a hidden agenda. They are only satisfied in fulfilling what they can do for themselves with you along because they are trying to build something off of your teamwork. But remember, you're the Empress, the Emperor, so you really have to make the decision on doing what's best for you. I have gotten this message a lot, and I know it's, again, really hard, especially if this person, this high priestess person, is someone you're in a relationship with. But you're going to thank yourself within a year, 2 years, 3 years, however long it takes you to heal from this. You're going to thank yourself for teaming up with yourself, respecting yourself, embodying the emperor and empress that you are for yourself, and leaving this false high priestess behind. You also picked the moon, we didn't pick it, it fell out. It picked us. With illusion, mystery, dreams, intuition, fear, anxiety, subconscious, and premonitions. So yeah, you are realizing day by day, something's not right, something's off, something's going on. And it feels like a mystery, it feels like a dream. But your intuition is giving you so much fear and anxiety, saying, hello, hello, are you listening? Something ain't right. And you keep going like this. So, because it's an illusion, right? You keep going like this. You're choosing not to see it. And I know that, again, is very hard to accept, that the thing that you're in may not be the thing that you thought it was. But again, I keep getting this message every day. You're stuck in an illusion. The people or person you're with isn't who they say they are. As my flash is literally freaking out. The people you are with are not who they say they are. There's only so many warnings. There's only so much caution that the spirits can give. But again, I've been getting this message every day. They only intend on harming because they are selfish. And they are silent in their shallowness and their misunderstanding of what they think this illusion needs to be. Okay? Ooh, we also got the justice in reverse. Unfairness, lack of accountability, guilt, dishonesty, and punishment. Yeah, they feel like you need to be punished because of their selfishness, because they're being unfair and they lack accountability and they feel guilty about it because they've been dishonest. Again, I'm not telling anyone what to do. These are the messages that have been flying out every day. And the amount of frustration in the air. Not only from the person trying to keep you in this illusion, but from the spirits trying to yank you out of it. But you keep going like this. You are the emperor. You have a nurturing, abundant spirit with good parenting, good qualities, growth, evolution, but you're keeping yourself in this illusion with someone who is hurting you who is unfair and lacks accountability. Yeah, I agree. Whether it's domestic violence, blackmailing, withholding finances, whatever it is, you got to find a way out. You got to plan. You got to reach out. You need that teamwork and collaboration to build something. You're learning how to do better for yourself, and you can feel it. But you keep going like this, expecting this to be covered, and it's not. So, I'm going to pull from the top. We have strength in reverse. Inner strength, self-doubt, weakness, insecurity, low energy, raw emotion, struggle, and pride. That's you, my guy. Whether a fire or Leo sign, we're really lacking that inner strength, and that self-doubt's heavy. And that's because they got what they wanted, right? But the harm and the dishonesty, they got you in that place. They got you in that raw emotion, and they got you struggling with your pride because you feel so inept to just prove this person wrong that you can do best by them. Whatever they keep saying that you're not doing enough, you want to keep telling them they're wrong. Whatever they keep telling you you're not like working up to enough, you keep telling them they're wrong. You keep trying to prove them wrong when you should just leave. The light's literally saying yes, leave. You see that? And I know it's hard, but you're going to need some inner strength. I know it's hard. I know it's not fair. I know you put so much effort and time into the thing you were building. But this person you're with was never intending to build it with you in the first place. And that was the illusion, is that they made you think that they were. They have been lying. They've been cheating. They have been doing whatever else. But they have never intended to do right by you because they do not know how to do right by themselves. And it has nothing to do with you. You are not responsible for them. They are their own person, and at this point we are adults. Only contact I make is for adults. So anyone that's getting this message is most likely an adult. We are responsible for ourselves as individuals. We are not parents to people who don't know how to live a life of their own. That is something that they have to go and heal, talk to their family with, and figure themselves out. To put all of that responsibility on yourself when you are trying to be yourself is not okay. We need to really break the habit of trying to parent adults and just tell them, look, I love you, but you need help. You need therapy. You need something, but you don't need me. You don't need this relationship, friendship, family. You don't need those things. You need yourself. Because the person you are with has never known what their self is like. They just expect to continue to find themselves in other people. And when they can't do that, they take it out on you. Literally the light's just like, yes. They take it out on you, and it's not fair. So, the question to this part of the collective is, how long are you going to continue being abused? How long are you going to keep sitting there, dreading the moment that person walks through the door, wondering what mood they're going to be in? How long will you continue not to love yourself enough to know you deserve better care with proper teamwork and proper collaboration and proper nurturing and growth? Because that's really the question at this point. How long? 2 months? 2 years? because you keep telling yourself in your head they'll change. They love me one day, and then by the end of the week they hate me. But like, it is how it is. That's just how they are. No, it's abuse. It's abuse. And I know it's heavy, but this is what the world needs to know. This is the world we are living in. There are people in multiple relationships of any kind, whether, again, family, friends, relationships, whatever it is, they are stuck. And this is a message to tell you, you don't have to stay stuck. I personally have been in a relationship where I was abused and used and thought it was the love of my life for 2 years. And I am so glad I didn't make it 20. The amount of manipulation, deceiving, gaslighting, physical and emotional abuse that goes on in these type of relationships, and that we are conditioned in our head to just deal with it, is exactly the problem. To just deal with people's behavior because we have care and love for them is the problem. And I'm not saying don't love anybody. I'm not saying don't get jaded. I'm saying you gotta start protecting yourself from people who are just there to use you. Literally the light. You need to start protecting yourself from people who are just there to use you. And here's the thing. Sometimes it's so unintentional, they don't even know they're doing it. They think that you're giving them these things because you like them, so they give back to you, but then they stop giving back to you because you're so into them, so you're so into them, so they can just do whatever they want because you're so into them, right? And it's like, no. It's equal give and take. Shh. You can't constantly keep giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. You're in giving. And then expect your person to give back. And for them to get mad at you if you're not giving, that's also a sign of something wrong, right? Your person also needs to give you the space to recharge from giving so much, because you're not just giving to them. You're giving to yourself, you're giving to your job, you're giving to your other friends, you're giving to your family, you're giving to your crafts. But they just want to, you are all mine to give me everything I need because I'm not going to give it to myself. Is what they're literally telling you by their actions. And it sucks, okay? I'm not trying to make this sound like you should be aware and you should know. Like, it's hard to make it click sometimes, especially when you're in it. Especially when you, again, spent so much time doing these things for this person, people, places, and things. But when you step back and start to realize how you were being used and abused, you start not feeling so sorry for the person and kind of start feeling sorry for the person you left behind, yourself. And it takes a lot to get that person back. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of healing. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of grace. It takes a lot of love. A lot of self-respect and self-worth. But that's why we're learning to heal and to feel. That's the only way you're going to be able to get through all of this, is if you feel it. Be angry. Go scream, go cry, but do not hurt this person or yourself. It is not worth it. Write an angry letter and burn it. Go curse out the woods. Go scream in a pillow. Do what you need to do to get all of this pent up anger out. But do not hurt yourself or this person. It is not worth it. It is not worth it. On the bottom of the deck, yeah, we have the Ten of Swords upright. Painful endings, deep wounds, betrayal, loss, crisis, failure, collapse, and defeat. That's what we're feeling in the air. You're feeling it too. You know. But you are too stubborn to let it go. The light said, yep. You are too stubborn and prideful to let this go. But I get it because you're in your raw emotions. There's painful endings. You feel betrayed and there's deep wounds. Like I said, they've either cheated, they have lied multiple times. There's just whatever you keep hoping for out of this relationship, friendship, whatever, it is impossible now. You know. And you keep going like this. But you can't cover this. And you can't cover these. Like, I almost want to cry. Because I feel that frustration. And it does feel like a failure because you spent so much effort into this thing you love so much. But once you realize this thing was never meant to be because it was the moon, an illusion, you realize you've lost nothing. You've lost time. You might have lost a little faith with that self-doubt. But it is not the end. It is the beginning. The beginning to heal. The beginning to start over. Time is an illusion. That's the biggest illusion of them all, right? So to keep constantly telling yourself, there's no time, I don't have time, I'm too old, I'm too young, there's no... Stop. Stop. And sit. And feel. And think. And rest. And then when you get up, be thankful. And be grateful. Because you have an opportunity now to start over. To do right for yourself. To stand up for yourself. And to be courageous for yourself. Do not let this make you bitter. To love. Do not let this make you jaded and feel like there is no one who can appreciate you. Do not let this loss define you. Do not let the abuse keep you in trauma. And I know this message is very heavy, but again, this has been the message the last couple of days. If not weeks, if not months. The messages I receive are different, but the messages I give out are also different. And it's been the same. You're going through heartache. You're going through betrayal. You're going through loss. You're realizing it was all never the real truth. You're realizing who you are, the Empress. You're realizing you need proper teamwork. You're realizing this person won't take accountability. You're realizing this person had secrets and they are selfish. And they are not going to try to understand anything you have to say. Because it's all about them. And I know that's really hard to hear. But again, it's been the message for the past, I don't know how long. And again, as someone who has stepped out of that, it still is taking me time to feel comfortable with trusting people when it comes to loving me properly. And that's not necessarily other people's fault. It's just like, you have to be very cautious about who you give your heart to these days for this reason. And I think we need to start taking more time with ourselves to understand our values and what we require. I don't like the word expectations. What we require in a relationship of any kind. What we value in a relationship of any kind. And it's so hard to think that we won't be treated the same somewhere else because of our past, because it's always been this way. And it's just showing you're in a cycle. How many relationships, friendships have you had where it's been the same thing, and you feel like you're going like this? That's a cycle. These messages I have come to receive are being brought to you because I'm telling you to break your cycle. I broke mine, and when I tell you it was the most craziest experience I ever had, man. I basically got bullied into almost offing myself this past year. I had someone come to my house and try and rob me this past year. I had people on the streets stalking me this past year. On social media, stalking me this past year. Because they are so unhealed, they felt the need to come after me. And I'm, to me, just a girl chilling with her cats, Spreading the message. Taking her time and healing from the things she's been through. And that's honestly one of these secrets, is I am aware of who did it and why. And they know I know. And you know that they know what they're doing as well. At this point, they are unsavable. We have done our best, and that's all we can do. They have continued to choose this path for themselves, and we cannot force them out of it. They want to stay in this cycle, let them. But again, this message is telling you to break yours. To free yourself from this cycle. Otherwise, you will be going down with them. Whatever. It's like it's like someone has you on a chain, but you can't see the chain, right? And they're just walking, just doing their thing. You guys are palling along, etc. And all of a sudden, they take the chain and whip you forward and throw you off a cliff. While they stand there with their chain just like letting you dangle. And just watching you dangle and struggle and dangle and struggle. And you're weeping and you're crying and you're trying to ask for help and everything. And they're just staring at you. That's what this is. They don't care. They have dissociated from themselves so much that they will continue to watch you struggle because to them it's entertainment. And that's sick. When did people's downfall become entertainment? When did people's life struggles become entertainment? When did we stop sympathizing to the point where we felt it was okay to abuse and laugh at that? Call people crazy. Tell them they're overreacting. Tell them if they don't put up with it, they don't love you. Love them. etc., etc. And again, this person's just watching you dangle off the cliff while they have the ability to pull you up. But they won't. Confirmation over there. They won't. And it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. So if they're going to continue this way, because they will, there's no if, they will. They will continue this way. You have to decide, even with these painful endings, this loss, this betrayal, this defeat, you got to cut the chain and just fall into that cliff and trust that you'll be okay. It's like taking the ultimate dive into yourself, taking the ultimate leap into yourself, telling yourself, look, I love this person, I love these people, I love my family, I love this job, but I'm dying. I'm dying inside. I'm not happy, I'm not fulfilled, I'm not satisfied, I'm not cared for, I'm not nurtured, I'm not loved, and you're just watching me suffer. I don't feel love here. I don't feel appreciated here. I don't feel valued here. And I think I have to move around. And honestly, this person isn't going to take it well. That's why I say plan. The is like, yes. That's why I say plan. If you haven't already gotten out, you need to get out. It's just not going to be any better. Like this constant stagnation on this other side of the pool needs to break. Whether that's taking someone out because you won't let go, or them taking you out. For example, I literally had a dream last night. It was so weird. I had a dream that my brother was here, and I haven't seen that man in like 7 years. No ill will. We are a very isolated family due to trauma, and I understand that, and I don't hold any ill will. We're all healing our different ways. But yeah, I had a dream of him, and my neighbors across the way were fighting, and he was like, oh, we should help them, and I'm like, no, because it seems kind of rowdy, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But then the guy in the hall, because you're looking through the peephole, the guy in the hall had pulled a gun. And we were like, oh, crap. And then the woman had a knife in her hand. And we were like, oh, crap. They're going to hurt each other, for real, for real. So all of a sudden, he opens the door and grabs the man and starts beating up the man. Mind you, I have my brother, he's younger than me, but he's taller than me. I've never, ever seen him angry to the point where he's hit someone. But when I tell you he beat this man, he beat this man. And you know what the woman did? She tried to stab my brother for helping her out of the situation where she could have gotten hurt. And when I tell you something changed on my brother real fast, he switched up, got angry at her, put her against the door, like grabbed her like this. And I was like, well, that's not good. And I was trying to calm him down and tell him, like, look, like, we'll we got to take the knife from her. We'll put her on the side. We got to, call the cops. We don't want to get involved to this point where it's just like crazy, crazy, crazy. And then he just looked at me so rage-filled, like he wasn't going to put her down. It was an end-all, be-all type of energy. It was like, if I put her down, she's going to kill me, and if I don't, then it's for the both of us. It was very intense. And that's basically the energy I've been feeling. This energy is so toxic. Someone, if they haven't already, is going to get hurt. So you need to leave. They're not going to leave you. You are their energy. You are their life. You are their source, because they don't have it within themselves. But when I tell you that dream is so intense, And it was crazy to me how a woman who was being abused was hurting someone who was trying to help her out of the abuse. But then it made me realize it happens a lot because they're stuck in the illusion that the person that they're with is their everything, despite what's happening outright. Like the guy had a gun on her. She felt the need to defend herself with a knife. The minute my brother hit him, she was trying to stab him. And this, again, isn't to scare anyone, but these are the messages I get. They're very intense. Like a couple weeks ago, I felt like I had a brain blackout. Like the back of my brain was shot out of my head. And someone was going like this on the bottom of my chin. Like, and I know it sounds like a fairy tale. Oh, you're just crazy. No. These are intense messages coming in. The abuse is so bad. People are hurting themselves, getting out of here because they feel their body is not worthy of being here anymore, and or taking that person out that they're with because they feel that if they can't have them, no one can. That's the type of abuse we are stuck in, and we need to stop and ask ourselves why we're dealing with that. Why we are dealing with people so broken they break us so we can go back and break them, and then go back and break us, and then go back and break them, and go back and break them. Like, it needs to stop. It's a cycle. And I felt called to give this message today while I have the time and energy, because it has been so intense, so violent, so heavy, so abusive, so sorrowful, that it has been a little bit of a struggle to maintain positive. And I know this energy isn't mine, but that's what I'm saying. It's so heavy, it's affecting others' energies. The light's like, yeah. It's affecting the world. You have the choice to step out, to step up. You have the choice to heal and to do better. But this person that is attached to you is not interested in growth and change because they have a hidden agenda. I don't say this again to scare anyone, but you need to be made aware of the situation that you're in, and it could be dangerous for either you, someone is around you, or the person themselves. If anyone has ever threatened their life against you, leave. That is so wrong and a high-key manipulation tactic to keep you stuck and bound to them. If you feel someone is that distraught and will actually hurt themselves, please call the authorities. Please reach out for help, but do not think you can handle that because you are not meant to. It just traumatizes you more, and it makes you feel like you have to be there because if you're not there, what would they do without you? And that's not the case. That's what they want. They want you to be stuck on them. They want you to feel responsible for them. But they are an adult. They're grown. They're not 15. They're not 10. They're in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, etc., etc., etc. The only excuse they have is that they haven't healed. And that is not your responsibility to take on. I know this message was very deep, very heavy, but it's also very serious. Very serious. And I hope that you can get some help. I hope your person, people, family can get some help. I pray for all of those seeking help. But no, you do not have to continue this cycle. It needs to be done, but only you can break it. Only you can stop it. And that's when you accept that this is a defeat. And it may feel like a failure, but you will be so thankful that you did this. You are not responsible if this person does anything to themselves or anyone else. They are completely responsible for any actions that they commit, anything that they say. They continue to lack accountability and will try to blame you for whatever they do. But you need to understand it is not your fault, and it will never be your fault. Take a minute with me and breathe. Know you are loved, you are heard, you are seen, and you are protected. But you also need to do the work. If you would like any tips or information, I have some tools that I've been using over the past couple of years. I personally have also done cognitive behavioral therapy to help with negative thoughts and switching and challenging those things. Especially when it comes with your shadow side. Your shadow will harbor and eat up any negative thought that was projected onto you and blow it back in your brain and say, it's you. This is what you think about you. This is you. This is your type of person. This is you. This was always you. And it's not the truth. It is a part of you. But you need to let that part of you go. This toxic part of you, this unhealthy part of you, this abused part of you needs to be let go. And you need to heal. You need to take the time for yourself to heal. I love you. I hope and pray when you see this, it makes sense. You're not alone. You are seen and heard loud and clear. And I wish nothing but the best. Love and light. Have a good one.